The worst damage they have ever seen. That's what PG&E leaders are now saying about the aftermath of the storms devastating the Sierra. This afternoon, more than 30,000 customers in the Sierra Foothills do not have power after that record-breaking snowstorm knocked down trees and power lines over the weekend. So what made these conditions so bad? And how do they prevent it in the future? And when is the power going to come back on?
All good questions, and CBS 13's Molly Reels in Forest Hill getting answers.
Now, if you've spent time this week in Forest Hill or any of the towns in the foothills like we have, you're going to see a lot of this all over the place, just branches littering the ground. But I'll tell you what, we're also getting used to sights like this. Entire trees fallen down, oftentimes on top of power lines. And one of the big questions is, why did these trees fall the way they did?
It was crazy. The worst storm we've ever been through.
Forest Hill residents say they're used to the snow. It's the trees that set the storm apart.
Driving over power lines and trees in the street.
PG&E leaders agree.
I can honestly say it's the worst that I've seen. I haven't seen damage like this in my time in the utility profession, which is over 2 decades.
Adam Wright, Executive Vice President of Operations and COO of PG&E, says thousands of employees are working around the clock to get the power back. But they're facing unprecedented conditions in 5,000 separate locations with damage.
Kind of a 1-2 punch with this storm.
Dave Atkinson is with the Placer County Office of Emergency Services. He says the trees didn't really stand a chance. First, because of high winds before the storm, and then because of the lack of snow in past years, the trees didn't build up a resistance for it. CBS 13 asked PG&E, how do you prevent a power outage like this from happening again?
We will underground 10,000 miles of electric distribution. Many of those miles will be in some of these areas that we're currently restoring.
The project, announced this summer, is expected to take years and cost billions of dollars. And until then, work continues to get the power back on.
And I know this is going to be frustrating for folks, but please be patient.
Now, the good news is power is back for many. It's coming back soon for many. But for a lot of people, it could still be a week or more.